Alright, episode 110 of LEGO Marvel Avengers finds us at the SHIELD base, where we're going to start our quest to unlock all these things. And then we're just going to jump right through and not bother about that whole jumping through midair. And we're going to land right in front of this guy and see what he has to say.
But you probably know me as the Human Torch, as in the original, not... Never mind. I've been in the superhero game since back when comic books cost a dime. Now I've seen a lot of new heroes come through with their fancy costumes and their gadgets, and I'll be darned if superheroing just ain't what it used to be in my day. If you want to see a real hero in action, kid, then
Alright, so as he says, he's the original Human Torch.
I let these crooks out of their cells as part of the demonstration.
And he let out a bunch of crooks so we could beat them up. Now, the Human Torch in the original Marvel Comics was an android with heat-related powers. I think his body was later used in the building of the Vision. So, he has some purpose. But, since the Marvel Studios didn't have the rights to the Fantastic Four, they couldn't include Johnny Storm and that group in this game. So instead, they were able to get around that by adding in the original Human Torch as an unlockable character here. So we're just going to kick, beat 20 guys. The game randomly gave me, I think his name is Lincoln from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as my partner character.
In your tank, kid. I like you. The truth is, with all these youngsters running around fighting crime, an old flame like me can start to feel redundant. It felt good to get back to a simpler time.
So don't be surprised we don't keep him very long, but looks like there's a second thing over here. Alright, so we've got a box connected to a wire, and the wire goes down into this area. And you can see that we've got some nice radioactive sludge. Now, because we unlocked all the Sokovia stuff already, we know exactly how to handle this situation. We need somebody who can walk through radioactive sludge. And since we have Radioactive Man, we might as well utilize him for this. You also use She-Hulk if you've got her, or there's plenty of room for the Hulk to walk down there and then transform back too. So now we can climb up here and grab the character token for Chase.
Shield friend.
Alright. Then we're going to run across MODOK.
Janitor MODOK reporting for duty. MODOK now stands for Mechanized Organism designed only for cleaning. So far, my duties only extend to mopping and some brass polishing. But soon, I will become a celebrity among agents. How? By releasing
So we're going to follow MODOK around. MODOK, who seems to think that he's nothing more than a janitor. I don't know if this is some sort of trick he's running, since if you remember, Hydra was kind of buried within S.H.I.E.L.D., and MODOK and AIM were originally part of Hydra. Or if he's just got his programming screwed up and he actually does believe he's a janitor. So he needs to get to some stuff in that tool chest over there. Which all sounds perfectly reasonable, right? You'll note that the tool chest has got two wires going into it, so we'll need to do two different groups of activities. And we're not going to be using Radioactive Man for this. No, we're going to be using the Sorceress Supreme of the Dark Dimension. Yeah, so we're going to mind control that guy, get him to press that button. and then we'll utilize the Iron Patriot's ability to use computers. Play a little mini game here. And once we match all the shapes, we got half the chest open. Unfortunately, we need both parts of the chest open. And that's going to require some work outside. And unfortunately, I lose the footage at this point. So I don't know whether or not we unlocked MODOK's thing here or if we came back to it later. I guess we'll just have to watch future footage in the next episode to see if I come back to it. Alright, so running around the building over here, there's a glass box that includes a character token. So we'll use Daisy Johnson to get the character token for Ragnarok, the evil clone of Thor that we fought in the Asgard level. And then we're going to run over here and fight an enemy boss. You can see that my partner is now Black Panther. Which makes me think I must have been doing some digging earlier. Alright, so we'll allow Daisy Johnson, an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., take on this boss character, who I thought was X-Ray, but actually is not. This is Korvac. And since I'm telling you it like that, it must mean that I have no idea who Korvac is, which I do not. And unfortunately, I'm trying to set up an earthquake for him to jump into. It caused me to miss the dodge. Missed it again. Didn't miss it that time. So now we're just shooting him with our non-lethal guns, trying to punch and kick him when we get the opportunity. And there we go. There's Korvac taken care of. So now we can move on to our next job, which is flying over the building, landing on the back. You can see Black Panther's still there. And there's some Hulk handles back here, so we need somebody who can lift strong objects. So we're going to switch characters to... let's go for somebody. How about Carol Danvers? We're going to switch to Carol Danvers and use her Captain Marvel powers to open this particular door. Grab Firebird's character token. And then we can leave the area behind here and go back to the front of the base. And there's a little race thing up here. So while we're still Carol, we'll do the race with her. We could easily have just done it with Clea. But again, these are flying races, and I'm not exactly the best at getting my character directed during these things. So, yep, we missed one. Again, fortunately, there's a little bit of time for you to kind of correct mistakes like that. The shield base has the advantage and disadvantage of being not particularly large. The advantage is that it's not hard to get from one place to another on the race course. The disadvantage is there's some particularly tight places they try to put some of these markers. Alright, so we've successfully done that race, and since we've done the flying race, there must be a ground race around here. So let's go find the ground race. And there it is. Right now, we just ran by Agent Sitwell, so that will give us something to come back to. Oops. Okay, did things slightly out of order, but again, enough time to catch that mistake and get back on track. I'm getting about 7 seconds between each thing. Not a problem for these speed characters to deal with. And there we go. So we've unlocked the shield 4x4. And now we can go and deal with Mr. Jasper. He's hanging out right underneath here in the second level of the car park.
You're probably aware of this, but we had a slight hiccup involving the Tesseract at the base recently, which caused it to sort of... Which brings me to my request. A number of rookie agents haven't been home or reported to work since the...
Alright, so Sitwell, who we all know turns out to be a traitor in Captain America 2, of course he also gets killed in that movie, wants us to find some rookie SHIELD agents who evidently are suffering from a little bit of PTSD from Loki's attack using the Tesseract on the SHIELD base down here. Okay, so we're going to be flying around now. This is one of the longer missions, because a couple of the SHIELD agents, like this one, are just out in plain sight, but a couple of other of them require you to do something else in order to find them. And that person's not one of them, although now we've made her dizzy. Okay, radar says there's something back here. Do not see anything back here. Oh, except for this. And we got a couple of grapple points on it, so we're going to need somebody who does grapple work. That is not Spitfire. Instead, we'll bring in the amazing Spider-Man. Alright. So that takes care of the first one. There's the second one, and lo and behold, there's a SHIELD agent back there. Alright. So that takes care of the second one. We're halfway through, we got 2 left. So back into the air. Now we're going to go see where else the radar is. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on in this section. I'm going to need a second character for. So we're going to use Spider-Man. Of course, we're going to try to get him up using his... Yeah, that retraction ability right there. Now he's through the building, and now he's over here where all the funny stuff's happening. Alright, we use his spider sense, and we've revealed a shield symbol on the floor there. There's also a lot of stuff going over here on the left. And there's a SHIELD agent who is not one of the guys we need to pick up over here on the right. And then there's a whole nother mess of stuff going along up top here. Oh, okay. Looks like there's going to be some work to get to that gold brick, which is not what we're trying to do right now. Looks like that work starts up here. Okay, looks like there's somebody trapped behind that elevator door. I think that's Stan Lee. So maybe we just stand here. Oh, and what do you know? That's all we had to do. We just had to stand there. And there's the person who just popped up, and now we just need to go find the last one. And once we find the last one, I think we'll call it quits for right now in New Mexico. Okay, this is clearly another gold brick thing. But the radar certainly says there's somebody around here. Maybe I just, it is kind of dark. Maybe I'm just not seeing something. Alright, let's bounce up. Okay. Oh wait, I think I see somebody back there. Okay, can't fly. I can't walk back there or glide back there. I'm gonna have to jump over. There's the last person. And so the last thing we need to do now is go find Agent Sitwell. And that's easy enough.
I doubt any of the agents will have left the base. It's not exactly a short walk to the next town, after all. So, everybody accounted for? Great. Maybe now their families will stop calling us every 5 minutes. Yeah, and me having to listen to that.
And there we go. We'll have a little bit more stuff to do in New Mexico next time, but maybe we'll get out of here and go on somewhere else. And I'll see you then.